What's going on, everybody? I'm at work, sitting here waiting. I'm actually in between shifts right now. I have like a 2 hour period right now, which is ridiculous to be honest with you. 2.5 hours actually today. But I can't go home because I live like an hour away. And I'll take eat and then just, it'd be like 20 minutes, then just jump back in. But um, um, so I'm out here in the freezing cold. I could turn the car on, but don't want to do that. This is me talking about stuff, just talking. Um, so I'm bored pretty much. Um, but you know, a lot of things happening right now. Like I said in the previous video, a lot of ET activity going on. Um, a lot of stuff coming out or coming up with right now. Coming up um, is dealing with our own issues, looking at ourselves as just looking at ourselves. Um, but definitely got to. It's definitely time to go within and see our issues, our faults, right? But be steadfast in that approach because uh, you don't want to. You could ease. It's we're easily going to get pushed around everywhere. People are really getting messed with because things are coming to a point. Like I said, uh, yeah. So definitely go within and realize that you're much more than what you think you are. Um, just be okay with who you are, uh, pretty much, right? Oh, I'm freezing. I'm probably gonna have to turn this car on, but it's hard to lie, and it's hard to lie when you're waking up. Like you can feel people that are, you get you have more feeling when you wake up, when you're starting to wake up, when you're starting to feel more, right? Um, so you can tell, you can really understand who's lying about stuff and who's not. You know what I mean? Because you're get people are funny. It's like people aren't themselves here. Now, right? There's a lot of issues, and being awake allows you to feel more, right? Not less. Um, so you're gonna understand more, you know, about people and what's going on. And if you know, mm, just got done eating Chick-fil-A. They gave us Chick-fil-A at they gave us Chick-fil-A here at FedEx. I'm sitting out here and just for lunch and stuff. But you're gonna feel all that, and you can't be fake in waking up. It's not gonna work. It's just they're two opposites of each other. You're definitely not gonna be uh, who you are because people are gonna feel it. I mean, you know, you definitely, if you're gonna try to be a fake person, being in this metaphysical movement, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work because people that are waking up and truly doing it right, and know that they're doing it. I'm not saying everyone is fake. I'm just saying a lot of stuff that people do is just fake, you know. And people that are waking up and really are grounded and don't have any judgment at all, you know, are gonna feel that. I gotta turn the car on. I'm freezing. You know, somebody wears a the same shirt, right? Somebody wears the same shirt twice in a row at the job, right? Or you know, not here, because here is a little different because you're working hard, you know. But somebody wears the same outfit with, say, like 3 or 4 days in a row, right? Someone comes up to him and be like, "What are you doing? Why are you wearing the same stuff for 3 days in a row? Don't you have any clothes?" Like, those types of people are just ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, they're living a lie. They're living in illusions. That's not a real personality. That's all bullcrap stuff. You know what I mean? Because that, you know, they don't know how to be real because all they know is bullcrap. All they know is bullshit. That's all they know. So they're gonna exude bullshit. You know what I mean? You know, being awake, you can see fake stuff a mile away. You can feel it. So you know, lying around someone that's becoming awake doesn't work. It's not gonna work. You know what I mean? But I do things the intense way. And that's that's a true statement. I'm about doing things the intense way. I'm always doing stuff the intense way. Um, because I'm gonna learn the best. I don't know if y'all can hear me. Uh, I'm gonna learn and grow the quickest, right? Um, that way. This is all my experience. This is all my personal understanding. This is me just talking, and hopefully people will understand this type of way. Um, I, I'm intense. I'm intense. I do things the intense way. If you have a problem with the intensity of things, like you do it the hardest way possible, I'm probably not the YouTuber to be watching, to be honest with you. Because I'm pretty intense, you know. Um, but I have a heart that understands, you know what I mean? And I can understand things as well. You know, it's not like I'm just intense all the time for no reason, you know. I do this job and this type of work. I've done it since I was 19 years old. I'm 31. So right out of high school, I worked at Walmart. I was an unloader at Walmart. Um, right out of high school, and then I moved to help my friend out in Hutchinson, Kansas. Okay, I went there. I got fired at Walmart because they accused me of stealing. They didn't steal nothing. I know who was stealing. They just fired everybody, right? That's what usually a company will do, because they don't know who's stealing, right? So they just fired all the people. All the unloaders got fired. I was one of them. I knew who was stealing though, but I didn't tell anybody. I mean, you know what I mean. But that was 19 years. That was a long time ago. And then went to Kansas to help my friend out. He was in college. He had a full ride scholarship to go to Sterling, Kansas College to play soccer. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to play soccer in this life. I wanted to be a professional soccer player. That's what I wanted to be. I'm pretty athletic, and I mean you know, I'm just telling you the truth. I'm not saying I'm the best athlete in the whole world, but I got a lot of talent, physical talent, and I'm very athletic, to say the least. uh, But I mean, that's no ego there. I'm just saying I believe in myself, you know. And if it comes off as egotistical, then it comes off as that. But you know, I'm not egotistical at all. Anyway, so I went up there to help. Derek is his name, and got a warehouse job. It was called Dillon's. It's a food warehouse, so it's cold, right, all the time, and they have a freezer as well. Um, but so the person would show up, right. It'd be like, so it would go from the cooler to the cooler. Okay, it'd go cooler, produce. Cooler is 4 aisles. Produce is 4 aisles. Okay. Uh, okay, so produce, and then it would go into another produce room, which is bananas, big stack of bananas, pallets. Everything's on pallets, and then it would go to the dairy, okay, and then it would go to what was it? Dairy, and then go to the meat aisles, and then it would go, yeah, all the way. It would go from, it was 34 all the way to 41. And then on the other side of that, the freezer, which went from 1 aisle to 15 or 17 aisle, because the two last aisles were the ice cream room. But you would have an EPJ, which is an electrical pallet jack. Ugh. And they held 2 pallets. It's a double pallet jack. And they have batteries operated, and you know, it's like they have forklifts, high lift operators in there. It's a very dangerous job. A EPJ battery weighs more than cars, so it's dangerous. And that's when I was smoking a ton of weed too. I'd come back and we'd just be so stoned, operating all this equipment. I'm surprised nobody died, but so that's intense. That's a very intense way of doing things. I would always exceed expectations. This is not me saying I'm the best ever. I'm just saying I know what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? I'm going to accomplish it because I believe in myself. I believe that I can do this. You know, you gotta, you gotta believe that you're worthy for some stuff. Everything, pretty much everything, right? Metaphysical stuff, physical stuff. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Everything, really. But yeah, so then after that, let's talk about my jobs, I guess. And after that, because I'm at work, I guess. Anyway, so after that, I got a girlfriend there, and then broke up, and then almost got married. I was with her for like 4.5 years, almost 5 years. If she's watching this video, her spirit guide has came to me the last couple of days. Probably shouldn't be saying this, but talking to me and stuff and all that. She doesn't want to be where she's at, and where she's at right now. Anyway, so after Hutchinson, Kansas, Dillon's, I worked there twice. So I worked there 4.5 years, and I came back about a year, another half. So 6 years total there. And then went back home with the family and got a job at what was it? There's another warehouse. Macy's distribution center. I was a packer, so everything that came on the belt, I would load into boxes, right? So I did that for it was part time for about 3-4 months, and they let me go for some reason, which was ridiculous, but oh well. And then that was another one. What was the other place? Hobby Lobby. Then went to Hobby Lobby, worked there for about a year and a half. Hobby Lobby was crazy. They just did the regular jacks, the handheld jacks, and like the old orange ones. And then you would have a slip sheet. You have a lanyard, right, in your name tag, and you clip your paperwork to your lip sheet, so you're always flipping it up, and you would be looking at it to see, 101 needs 4 or whatever, and then you do all that, and you have a box knife. You cut boxes open and you put it into this whole big, not a pallet. You'd have pallets, but you'd have to put it in. They would call them a green rack. You have to put them inside the green rack, and then you also would put a pallet on top of the green rack, which is about 6'3", pallet on top of that, and then put stuff up there as well. So this is a very physical type of work. Pretty good shape. It keeps you in shape. It forces you to eat right, because if you don't, you're going to be lethargic all the time, right? And I didn't say at Hutchinson, Kansas, they gave you a headset. So you had a headset on, right? And you had a headset on, and it was connected to a Talkman. It told you where to go and how many to pick. There for a while, I was remembering all the check digit numbers. You have to. It'll tell you, say, go to 74 aisle, which is cooler. I remember all this. Go to 74 aisle 101, pick 10. So that's what it would tell you. And once you got there, you had to confirm it. You had to say ready, and they'd kick you on and go 101, pick 10. So you grab 10, and there would be a check digit there, and you'd say 2-4, and they would catch it, and they would move you on. Right. So this type of work is very mental. It's very mental, super mental and physical. It's a very good way to, if you guys want to be any type of warehouse worker, which is, kind of a waste of time right now, but if you guys want to get into a warehouse work, this is for other people as well, not just the metaphysical stuff. I mean, that's ridiculous. This is called Justin Matthews for a reason. This ain't called Metaphysical Justin or whatever. I'm just speaking on stuff that needs to be talked about in this society that we're lost. You know what I mean? I can say whatever I want. This is my channel. But if you don't like it, unsubscribe. You know what I mean? But so it's very, very mental. It teaches you how to be okay with things. This job, FedEx, right now is very mental as well. You're back and forth, stuff coming down the chutes all the time. Just keeps coming. Boxes keep smashing into each other. Okay, on the rollers. And what happens is you're gonna start to freak out if you're not mentally stable. Right? And you got to stack these stuff in your, everything. You got to have a certain 300 per hour. So, they're a little relaxed on that, but, it's super mental. It's way more mental than physical, because things come smashing down. You got these lights that come blinking on all over the place, right? That tells you need to get your chute clear, right? They don't take no ands if buts about it. You got to get that chute clear, or they come and tell you get your chute clear, right? Sometimes I'll bring help, but and all that's coming down. You got stuff smashing in, like I said, and they come flying everywhere. And you're like, holy crap! And it's going through down in the belly, and you're down there, and they're falling on you, and you're like, oh, here comes more stuff, And it's like it's just boom, boom, chaos. It's chaos everywhere, right? You have to keep mentally stable. It is a very good job for your mental health. Just let everything go, right? Everything's gonna be fine. But it's a pretty crazy job. So after that, what was it? After Hobby Lobby, what was it? Oh yeah, it was can't think of the name. I'll get it in a minute. I got two spirits in this body. Two Mafumus are in this body. My name is Mafumu. That's my spirit name. Mafumoo. It's Mufumu in a second. It's not Twin Mafumu like I said before in a past video. U.S. Foods. There we go. It was U.S. Foods. That's Oklahoma City. Pretty hard. It's a food warehouse. So I was in the freezer. I started off in the freezer, but EPJs, but it's actually triple EPJ pallets. It's triple jacks, triple pallets. So you, instead of double, it's triple. So you're going around in these small aisles in the cooler, or in the freezer, with triple stuff stacked 6'5" tall, and you have to keep it on, right? It's pretty intense. That's intense. And you're in the freezing cold. They give you all kinds of stuff to wear, but it's a very intense job, you know. The reason why I said I got two spirits in this body is because we're different. We're different spirits. We're the same. We came from the main focal point, which is Mafumu, which is me right now, right? But I split 4 or 5 months back. I split like 4 things. Came off. 4 pieces of me came off. And one of them is called Mafumu the second. And he's more angel. He's in here now. We're here to learn from each other and grow. He's in here so we can learn from each other's, and are basically learning me and trying to me as much as possible, right? Trying to just learn as much as possible, to break down all the issues, you know, stuff like that. I get messed with every single day. 100% accurate. Every day I get messed with. I don't shield up. I don't want to. That's not who I am. I'm different, but I'm the same, right? At the same time. Everyone is different, but kind of the same at the same time. You know what I mean? We are our own signature. You know, we are our own signature. We have our own makeup through our past experiences and past lives. You know, and it's about trying to release all that stuff as much as possible and stay there as much as possible, you know. But you can't be perfect. You're not perfect, you know what I mean? So stuff's gonna come at you and all that stuff, and then you have to deal with it and look at it and all that constantly, because we're living in a system where it's ridiculous. Like nothing makes any sense, you know. But I'm a pretty intense person. I do things the hard way. That's how I'm going to learn the best and the quickest, and I'm going to get stronger like that. Now you could say, well, why don't you just relax? You know what I mean? Why don't you just relax and just relax, you know? I do that, but I prefer to do the intense way more, you know? But, anyway, still got a long way to go here. I still got an hour. Jeez. Guess we're starting at midnight. Oh yeah, like last week. It's funny. It's funny. It's awesome when you're awake. It really is. You know, everything is just, you gotta laugh at these things. You have to, like, if someone's messing with you, you know, and it's mostly people's guides. That's the truth. It's mostly people's guides with me. I'm telling you the truth. when I go yesterday, when I was at work, when I was here, um, people's guides are recognizing me, saying Mafumo, hey, look, it's Mafumo, you know, and they're noticing how strong I am and stuff like that. You know, that's cool for them to say. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you what I'm hearing. I'm not making this up. I don't make any of this. I don't make shit up. I don't make stuff up. My heart does not allow me to make anything up. And if I did, and if I said something that what's not correct, I thought it was correct, right, through an understanding. You know, maybe the understanding wasn't totally accurate, but that's what I thought at the time. That's what I felt. There was no lying for no reason. You know what I mean? Don't do that. But so I'm at work, and I'm getting there, and person's guide is coming to me and talking to me. This happens a lot. It's happened today too. Happens quite a bit, you know. It's fun to be awake. It's fun. It's not awful. It's fun. If you look at it like that, and say and believe in yourself, nothing's gonna bother me to where it's gonna push me to be a different person, because I know who I am and I know what I'm about, right? You know, I was sitting in the car. This was last week. I was sitting in the car right here in the same spot, and there was people to the left of me. It was two kids. It was a dude and a girl. They like each other, and then another girl pulled up with her car. Right? They smoke weed. I can smell it all out here. I can smell it. I can see it because I'm watching it. You know what I mean? But it's not my duty to go, hey, these people are smoking weed. That's ridiculous. I don't do that. People could do whatever they want. I used to smoke a ton of weed. But anyway, so she pulls up. I went to all these people with my energy, right? I was releasing it right to them. And I'm standing right next to them. I could see every one of these people's guides. And the girl in the car was just so fogged up with weed. It was ridiculous. When you look at somebody that's smoking weed, they're just foggy inside. Everything's just like a smoke, you know? It's all over the place. It's 11:11. But so I'm looking at them. I'm just trying to look just to see what's going on, who they are, you know, and what they're about. Because the little girl, I don't know, she's probably 21 or something, and she's very controlling. She's a controlling person, and so I just went and looked at them, and I saw all the smoke in that one girl, and her guide had an issue with it. Like, her guide was like a little bit like always looking at her like I was just looking and looking at what's going on. You know what I mean? The guy gets a little pissed about it. So she comes to me, right? Mind you, she's only like 4 parking spots over here, and her guy comes up to me and like with an attitude. You know what I mean? And I'm like, well, your person's smoking a bunch of weed, you know. And my feeling is, what are you doing maybe to stop that? You know, now, it was a feeling of, she's smoking a ton of weed. You know what I mean? And she got angry with it. Yeah, it was her guide. Yeah, it was her guide. Pretty soon after that, I'm just watching YouTube on my phone here, right? Pretty soon after that, her guide, we're talking and we're just talking to each other and blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, her guide comes up to me with her hands and starts choking with her energy like this. This happens a lot. This happened 2 weeks. This has been happening quite a bit. Her energy is just like really close to me with her hands around my neck. Like, I'm gonna strangle your throat. You know what I mean? Happens a lot. I'm being serious. This happens a lot with me. And so I'm getting a little mad, I'm like, oh, of course you're doing that, And I'm just sitting there. I'm laughing this stuff off, but I'm like saying, what the hell are you doing? I'm trying to understand why you are the way you are. You know what I mean? Why are you doing that? And she was like a jealous of um like a just like a not jealous is the wrong word. It was kind of like, you know, I'm trying kind of deal, but then, I'm gonna attack you because you saw that. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, you saw what my person's doing here. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, what are you doing? And a lot of times that happens a lot. A lot of guys will come to me. People's guides are in this FedEx building. They'll come up and go, Is he supposed to be allowed to see what he's seeing and be that strong?" That's what they say to me. It's like, what? Do you not understand what's happening? Like, you know, like people are just completely out of their minds. It's like even spirit guides are crazy. It's affecting everybody because we've been in a system for it's been like this forever. People always people will come to me and say that stuff. And I'm just like, okay, I talk back to them, you know what I mean? Not like in, an aggressive way. I just I'm feeling why they're like that, and I talk to them, why you being like that. And if they don't want to answer and they leave, then they leave. If they do want to answer, I try to get them to look at it a little differently. So I'm doing this to guides, like people's guides too. Like this ain't just people, because the people in the body aren't really awake, so they don't even really. They can feel it, but they're not gonna come flying back at me. You know what I mean? Some of them do, but they have to be released. Stuff has got all the little blockages have to be released. They have to understand what's going on before you can even have a conversation. So it's the guides understand what's going on. It's the guides that will come, that usually come to me with an attitude most of the time. Not all the time. There's a lot of people that have really nice guides. And a lot of people know me. They come up to me and they'll give me the feeling of, I know you, and I'm like, oh yeah, what's going on? Who are you? And all that, and they go, oh, I know you. I remember you in a past life and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. There's one dude that worked here. He quit, but um, he worked an outbound, it's the first shift, and he was loading next to me in the trailer, and I was talking to him for a little bit, and his guide immediately recognized me as Robin Hood. Immediately, oh, it's Robin Hood. I'm like, what? In my head, right? It's all this is in telepathy. And he goes, oh, look, it's Mafumu, it's Robin Hood. It's an honor. That's usually what. But I was like, oh, cool, thank you, and it's an honor to be talking with you. Likewise, I say likewise all the time. Likewise, um, that stuff was awesome. You want to hold on to those moments and magnify them going forward. You know what I mean? But you know, I've been a lot of people in the past lives. I'm pretty old. This is me just telling you the truth. This is all this is. Um, I'm an essential. I'm fame in essence with angel energy and animal essence. Uh, so I'm 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 well I'm 5 trillion years old. I'm a little more than 5 trillion years old. Four wait no 5 5.6 trillion years old. So I've been around. Um, I've been around. uh, I remember. I remember. I remember. I said that 3 times. I just lost my thought process. Hmm. Somebody's saying, cut the video. The hell was I gonna say? Oh well. I gotta go to the bathroom. Crap. There's a lot of information that I have that has happened to me in these last 6 months that I can't really say. A lot of sad stuff that has happened in relation with me that I've been involved with, and a lot of stuff that, you know, that's very personal. I just got done watching a video. It was a cat. There's a little cat that's really messed up, called Bub. I don't know if y'all seen this video. The cat's called Bub. I got pulled to this immediately when I got off first shift and went to come in here and eat. I got pulled right away to it, and it's a little cat that's really messed up. It can walk barely, and it has a big old tumor on the side of its face, it looks like. And it's sad, and I got pulled straight to that video. It's called Bub. It's hungry, needs to eat, or something like that, if y'all want to check that out. The spirit in that animal body is an essential. It's an essential. A lot of I was choked up, like tears were coming down my face, because it's a part of the essential group. It was pretty sad, but and I don't know. Was that part of me? Like, in that body? Yes and no. Yes and no. I was choked up, like that. I was choked up instantly. Like there's something special with this spirit in this body from me. It was a horrible feeling, like I was about to bawl my eyes out. But That's pretty personal. That's something I'll share. It's pretty personal. Uh, a lot of things I say isn't relatable to, especially people in this movement, metaphysical movement. It's not relatable. It's way more intense than what's probably happening with y'all. But that's that's what happens with me. I'm always involved in the intense stuff in the intense way. I'm here recently. I've learned, well, a couple weeks now. I've learned a lot of my lies I've had with Era. A lot of are with Era. I know 3 or 4 of them that right now that are with him. But is what it is, you know. I'm figuring out I'm much more than what I thought I was. You know. Just this last week, I'm much even more, much more. I can't get I talk. Just way more than what I really thought I was. Like, I just thought I was, you know, I mean, I knew I was pretty strong and old, but I didn't know all this. But it's awesome. I'm gonna end it here. This is 41 minutes long. Jeez. You know, just stay steadfast in the approach to compassion, honor, and equality. You know, just keep moving forward. That's it. Believe in yourself, right? Try to break down those walls, those energy walls that you've developed through past lives, knowingly and unknowingly, right? You know what I mean? All right. You guys are awesome. Take it easy.